Hi, this is Lee. I'm going to do a quick video on how to clone a project from CodePlex that is using Git as its source code repository. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use generic unit of work and repositories framework because I know it's using Git. Click on the source code tab, click on the clone button. I'm going to copy the URL from the modal window that popped up. Within Visual Studio 2013, I'm going to click on the Team Explorer, make sure I'm on the home page, and then I'm going to click on the connect icon right there. And then once I select that, below the pane I get a local Git repositories area here. I'll click on clone, paste in the URL from CodePlex, and you can see here Visual Studio 2013 will automatically suffix my local path here with the number 8 because I've already done this 7 times prior to the recording. If I click on clone, it's going to go ahead and go out to CodePlex and pull down the entire source code repository for this project we have open. We'll go ahead and pause through this and return when it's completed. Okay, great. We can see here on the right that everything was downloaded from CodePlex and it was successful. So we remember that the path it created for us had a 8. It was suffixed with an 8. We see that down here. So we're going to double click the new local Git repository that Visual Studio created for us. And then within here on the home window from Team Explorer, I'm going to go ahead and select open. And that will take me right to the local path of my Git repository. From here, I'm going to go ahead and browse to the solution file, northwind.sln. Let Visual Studio go ahead and load that solution. And if we click on the Solution Explorer now, we can see that our solution is indeed loaded. And if we spot check a couple of projects here, we can definitely see that we are missing some references / NuGet packages, right? So the first thing we want to do to kind of remedy this, we're going to right click the solution. I'm going to say manage or select manage NuGet packages for solution. Here I'll have an option to click restore. Now this will go to NuGet will download all the NuGet packages that are missing for this solution. Okay, looks like NuGet is completed. And now if I right click the solution and say rebuild, we can see that everything built fine on the bottom left from Visual Studio. Get that nice rebuild succeeded. And then we can see here on the right, the missing NuGet packages earlier, right, are now all there. And one thing I just wanted to show is, for example, if we were to, let's say we updated something. And let's update this class here. So here, if I added some comments, this is a test commit. We can see that Visual Studio maintains its binding with Git, right, with your local repository. And so if I go back to Team Explorer, I click on changes, I can see that, hey, it detected my change here. I added a comment, this is a test commit. So if I say commit, this would have committed this change, or it already has committed this change locally to my local Git repository. Now if I want to sync this with what's out in CodePlex, I will need to click sync, and then it will say outgoing commits here. This is the changes that it sees or has kept track of that will be synced into or with CodePlex. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit sync here, and I just want to make note that whatever changes we've done locally are not up here. I'll go ahead and refresh the browser on the left, and our changes are not there. I'm going to go ahead and click on sync here on the right. Let that finish. We get a nice response here saying, hey, we've successfully committed the sync here. If I refresh the window on the left, we can indeed see that our changes are now out on CodePlex. So just a quick video on how to clone and do a quick commit locally and sync it with CodePlex. That's pretty much the same process if you're using github.com. And I hope this video is helpful for those of us that have only used TFS or anything other than Git.